My family spent the weekend up at Snowbird, a local mountain resort in Utah, and I got to sneak away from my family to practice in this beautiful yoga studio up at Cliff Lodge. They had just remodeled the studio. It was gorgeous. Normally when I practice yoga, I do fairly basic poses, and my intention is to focus on the actions of my alignment to create the most therapeutic effect for my body, my mind, and my heart. And I tend to stick to probably 50 pretty basic poses so I can focus on, again, the actions more so than the depth of the pose. However, sometimes I just want to have fun and I don't focus too much on my alignment. This definitely isn't the regular, but it was so fun to pick a peak pose that is so out of my normal practice and then be able to creatively play working towards that peak pose. So today the peak pose I had chosen was Mandalasana. In this pose, you put your head on the floor like headstand and then you run your feet around your head. It's really, really fun. It used to be one of my favorites before I had children 4 years ago, but since then I've had 2 babies and both of them were pretty challenging C-sections. So since having these children, I've been so worried that all of the side body lengthening in Mandalasana that it would rip my uterus open. That did not end up happening, but it has held me back from doing it. But I had decided that today was the day I was at least going to prep my body enough to see if it could still be in my practice. So I warmed up doing a lot of side body lengtheners, some core strength, some back bends, lots of shoulder integrations, some inversions, opening up the insides and the outsides of my legs so that when I got to the end of my practice, I'd be ready. I played with a lot of arm balances and it was so flowy and fun. It was great to try more of these advanced poses I haven't done in so long. Here I'm doing Navasana to side crow. A great way to stabilize my shoulders. I knew that was going to be the trick in Mandalasana, was that the shoulders really get unplugged as you run around your head. So can you really train your shoulders? Can I train my shoulders to stay in that therapeutic range of movement and keep them there so they stay safe as I move through advanced poses? Same like that back bend. Can I flow from my butt to full Urdhva Dhanurasana, which is a really big range of movement for that humerus and the shoulder joint, while keeping it integrated? Mandalasana also, since it's such a big back bend, I knew another thing I needed to watch out for was that I didn't take all of the back bend into my T12, that lower thoracic area in line with the ribs that I tend to collapse in. Instead, I wanted the back bend to be happening in my thoracic vertebrae, the part of my spine that naturally rounds out. That's the part I'm trying to go back in because it naturally rounds out. In the places of my spine that naturally go in and up, my low back and my neck, I don't want those to get overly arched. Playing with some head under the leg. Can I keep my length as I do a pose that really wants to take it away? Vishvamitrasana, holding the foot, pulling it open, to Wild Thing to Natarajasana. This turned out to be a super fun flow. Re-clearing my shoulders. That Natarajasana where you're doing full dancer with your foot behind your head with both of your hands. That's a really big range of motion for your shoulders to, again, not come out of their home alignment. So head of the arm bones back, tips of the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Lengthen. And here it comes, Mandalasana. So setting up my mat, I found in the past that if my mat's out, then my feet trip on the mat as I run around. So folding the mat up like this prevents that. Coming into Sirsasana to really stabilize my shoulders, and then around we go. I wanted to go around 10 times, but after 3, I decided that was enough. Another headstand to reset those shoulders, and then 3 more times around my head in the opposite direction. I did feel my shoulders unplugging slightly, but I was able to keep them pretty well towards that optimal alignment. back into Urdhva Dhanurasana. After that, I was so energetically shocked. It felt so good that I was able to just lay down in Shavasana. I thought I was going to need a lot of counter poses, but just this one little simple twist, or not simple, but that twist was enough for me to lay back in Shavasana and feel like I didn't need anything else. I was definitely expecting this practice to kind of tweak my body out a little bit, but it didn't. That was my happy dance. Thanks for watching.